morning everyone, and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title, I'm going on vacation to Playa del Carmen. I first did a couple videos of this in, I want to say 2019. They weren't the best quality at all, but now I have this and I have you guys. I'm going to take you guys on this journey with me to Playa del Carmen. We're gonna go to a couple different places such as Xcaret, explore different parks from the Xcaret, like I want to say company, like they have different parks that specialize in different things, and we're gonna give them a try. And I'm excited for you guys to see what's gonna happen, and I'm excited to experience it as well. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. Okay, so we're finally here. I'm already on the Adeo bus, which is what we are taking to get to Playa del Carmen, and from there we're gonna take a taxi. Now, I didn't film us getting here because once you get out of the getting your baggage and everything, it is mayhem. So, tip for that: just keep on walking. Keep on walking. You already got everything booked. Hopefully, so you just keep on walking. It's not really impolite to just keep on walking because there's going to be a ton of people who want you to buy their services for taxis, for hotels, all of that. You most likely will already have all of that done. And if you take a taxi from there, it's typically very, very expensive. So it's just more convenient for you to take something like this, which is a bus. If you're going to Playa del Carmen, this bus runs every 30 minutes. So you can just, as soon as you step out, keep walking straight, and then you'll come across the first Adeo kiosk. And that's where you're going to Playa. It's, if I remember, it's 225 pesos for a one-way trip. So just pay in pesos or pay in dollars, whatever's convenient. It's convenient to already have some pesos, not gonna lie. And get your ticket, they'll let you know how to get there, and just do the bus. It's just cheaper. And from there on, it's very easy to access other things to get to either your hotel or Airbnb. So we're finally here. We got here to 5th Avenue. So when you get off the ADO bus, you're gonna end up coming out here where McDonald's is right there, 7-Eleven, some of the big name brands. And if you keep walking that way, you're gonna be able to see one of the most signature pieces that you think of when you think of Playa del Carmen. We might not be able to get to that today, but right now we're just trying to get to the Airbnb and see how that goes. The easiest way for us to get there is through taxi, but we do have 3 luggages, so we don't know if there's going to be a taxi big enough to fit all of this. We just finished unpacking and right now we're gonna search for a place to eat. This whole strip has a lot of local shops and such. There's this one place from our favorite YouTuber that we kind of want to check out, which is Tostadas?
Las hijas de la tostada.
Las Hijas de las Tostadas. The daughters of the Tostadas. And it's a 13-minute walk from where we're staying. So we're gonna try to walk it and hope that we don't get lost. So right now we just passed by a high school here, which would be La Prepa. At least that's what we know. We could be wrong. I know that prepa can mean something else in other places. Like prepa here means, I think, college in other Latin American countries. Right now it's September 7. And the children have just gone back to school. The kids here are already in school, while back in the States, kids are getting ready to start school tomorrow. So that's always been interesting when we come to Mexico. They start, I think, in August, like mid-August, which is why by the time we usually visit in August, they're about to start school. Oh, we're in the middle of summer. Now we're in 5th Ave, and there's so many stores that are both local and maybe some name brands that we've seen in the States. If you haven't been to 5th Ave, it's very populated. There's so many stores to look at. There's so many food options, and it's not just seafood. There's so many other types of food, such as Italian, American, and other stuff. Honestly, we don't really eat here as much, but because it's a lot more expensive eating here than, say, around in the local shops. So we've arrived at the restaurant. We looked over the menu and I'll put up what the menu is here. But the most popular item in the menu, they said, is camarón caramelo, which is going to be one of the warm tostadas that they have. They also have cold tostadas. So the interesting thing about the ones that are cold is that they're going to be super fresh, as in raw. So some of the options can be cooked, but some of the other options are not. Such as the salmon. The salmon is going to be raw, which I haven't eaten raw salmon in a while, but it's always been tasty, and I'm excited to see how they make the tostadas here. As soon as we arrived, this is what they brought us. It's just really some chips and then a type of salsa. I still haven't tried it, but it's not really supposed to be spicy. And then we've already gotten our drinks and some chile. So the food has arrived. This is a caramelized shrimp. This is the salmon. And this is the octopus. I'm gonna eat this first. Enjoy.
That is super fresh. The salmon is so buttery. There's so many things in this. It's the salmon, there's onions, avocado. I don't really know what fruit it is, but it's delicious. And it's so fresh. With just a hint of lemon, that just brings it all together beautifully. Oh, that's delicious. So the caramelized shrimp was delicious. It was buttery smooth. As soon as you took that first bite, it was so soft and it just melted in your mouth, honestly. It was delicious and a nice juicy treat, that's for sure. I would still say I prefer the salmon. If you want something a little bit more refreshing, a little bit lighter, and because it's hot, you kind of crave something more refreshing and light. So personally, I would recommend both of them, but I'd say if you were just to try one, you should try the raw salmon one, the cold salmon, tostada. If there's another choice that you were to try, the caramelized shrimp is a perfect choice. They did say that that's their most popular choice here, so you can't go wrong with it. If you're afraid of trying anything raw, then you can just do the caramelized shrimp. So now we're gonna walk around Fifth Ave and we're gonna try to find a spot where we can change the money. So always try to bring some cash and then change it to Mexican pesos. It just makes paying things a little bit easier, I feel, and that way you don't have to constantly look at what the price would be in dollars. So sometimes it could be rounded up and such. At least last time it was like that. If you can get a change before, that's great. But I know that's more difficult. So there are a lot of spots around here where you can change money, and we're going to show you one of those spots once we find it. So right now we're just walking by the strip of the beach, and the water is actually pretty clear. There's not too much seaweed, which it's a pretty common difficulty that happens here, where there's a lot of seaweed that builds up and you can kind of not really swim or be on the beach because it's so filled. But right now it's actually not bad. As you can see, like, yes, there's seaweed here and there, but it's not so bad where it's fully covered, and the water is honestly very welcoming to go into right now. A lot of people are here. The one thing that always stands out is the fact that, at least to me, is the fact that the sand is cold. Like, it's so cool. I don't know, every time I would go to say like the beach in Coney Island or a New York City beach, the sand is hot, blazing hot. Like, it's unbearable to walk, but here you can walk all you want and it's not, you don't feel it. You don't feel it at all. The water is honestly not really cold at all. It's not warm, but it's not very cold. So it's just perfect to go in and take a dip without having to really like mentally prepare yourself. So right now the beach is just perfect and beautiful to come and visit. So after we walk pretty much all of the strip up until you see this. So like we were walking down the beach and then we come across this one place. I really don't know how to describe it. Where you know people can dock, I guess, and it's right next to the Hilton Hotel. We were just walking along and because we're trying to find Walmart. Apparently we're not too far away from it now, but we actually stumbled upon this place, which is a shopping mall with, well, the shopping mall with the most commercial and well-known brands such as Pandora, American Eagle. I think there was like Forever 21 over there. And this shopping mall is called La Quinta Alegría, which is called the Fifth Happiness. And it's really big and the decorations are beautiful, which it just gives it a little touch of what Mexico is, whilst even though it is filled with a lot of Americanized stores and things that aren't really local. Personally, I wouldn't really shop here unless you really need something specific from one of these stores, or you just really like items from a specific store here. Because you can always try to find something a little bit more economic that the locals sell, and honestly that's giving back to the country, to this place, instead of shopping at these corporations that already make millions. The one thing I will say is that is really worth it is this candy shop, because the options here are endless.
Está bonita. Un chinchalona.
Oh, es
Esta es la X-Lash.
Ah, no. Esta me encanta. Mira.
Está linda, sí. No, de la ropa está bonita.
No, sí, está bonita, está linda. Son las tallas.
Está linda. Ah, mira. Mira, vamos. Está bonita. Mira, mi color favorito.
¿Ah? Sí. Es de estilo Mario.
Oh, claro. Está linda.
If you guys are wanting to shop something that you need like last minute, I'd say the best place to go is here, which is, ¿cómo se llama otra vez? Which is a store called Cuidado con el Perro, which literally translates to be careful with the dog. They have everything here, clothes-wise. Like there's, if you need underwear, you forgot maybe a pair, or you just happen to need more, you can always just buy it here. There's also a lot of clothes that are in season, and a lot of clothes that are relevant to the weather right now. Do keep in mind that their biggest size here is typically like an extra large, and that kind of is the equivalent to a US medium. Honestly, when it comes to tops, bottoms, I'd say from the looks of it, it is closer to like a women's, like this is all in women's, because I don't know in men's how it fits, but a woman's large pants is like a size 10 in the US, so honestly not very big. So if you're a little bit on the bigger side, it might be a little bit harder to shop here. But that's also something I've noticed in general. The sizes don't really run wide or large. So if you are on the bigger side, it's always much better to shop, like make sure you have everything you need clothes wise, because it might be difficult to find stuff here. So right now we're trying to buy anything that we are missing or that just would have been cheaper to buy here, which is like the cover-ups while we're in the beach, if we just want to put something on top, and also long sleeve shirts, like swimming, like those special, you know, swimming shirts, because once we're in Shaha and in the parks, we can't really use our own sunscreen because they do their best. They do their best and make the most effort to try to preserve the ecosystem in the water in Ishkare. So you have to use their sunscreen specifically, and if you have a sunscreen that's not approved, they'll give you some sunscreen and you can ask for sunscreen there, which is understandable, and it's, you got to do your part. And for that, since we can't really wear sunscreen as much, we got to cover up because I'm a burn, and so, well, my parents. Well, I had a little bit more to show you guys, but because this video is already running really long, I'll add the restaurant and how the Airbnb looks like, and also the rooftop night in the next video, which is going to be a little bit shorter. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give it a like. If you'd like to, please subscribe. Most of my following videos will be about my trip to Playa del Carmen. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.